What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for yet another sort of recap video. It's the mini series within the series. Our Pentagon challenge is over, so what we're doing is we're going back and taking a look at the clubs that I managed throughout the course of the save, seeing how they got on before I arrived, and seeing, most importantly, how they fell apart once I left. I know it's big-headed, but in the cases of the three clubs that we've already visited, that's exactly what's happened. So today we're going to actually review KAIZER Chiefs. This is the fourth club within the save for me. The KAIZER Chiefs, obviously based in South Africa, and for me personally, this is probably up there with one of my favorite clubs that I've ever managed, just because of the amount on offer. It's the division that I've never managed in, a country that I've never managed in. So we went over to South Africa to the KAIZER Chiefs to see if we could pick up the second trophy of the 5 required for this Pentagon challenge. Let's dive in and take a look at my time in South Africa. So then, guys, here is my career history for you again. Obviously, we've already gone through Central Espanol, Guarani FC, and Santos. Obviously, we won the Copa Libertadores at Santos, which obviously meant that we had to resign and find ourselves a new job on one of the other 4 continents remaining. So we had Africa, Asia, Europe, and North America. I wasn't actually too picky with where I went. My reputation was quite high at the time, having just won that Copa Libertadores. And we landed in South Africa with the KAIZER Chiefs. They were having a tough time of it. We'll go over their sort of history in a minute. But I just wanted to touch on the amount of trophies that I won whilst we were at the KAIZER Chiefs. So the first season I took over mid-season, because of when the seasons in South America end. As you can see, they're all done by 1 year. So we took over towards the end of the season, and we finished 4th in the Premiership. I believe the team were like 10th, 11th when we took over. So to get them up into 4th is pretty good. In that season, we managed to pick up 1 Manager of the Month and the CAF Confederation Cup. As you will see above, there are many trophies available in South Africa. The following season, we managed to finish 1st in the division, and as you can see, I was awarded Manager of the Year, and I also picked up Manager of the Month 6 times, and that is largely in point because of the fact that we won basically every trophy on offer. Some of these are slightly different. So the Telkom Knockout's a smaller tournament, as is the Nedbank, as is the Be the Coach Challenge. But as you can see, we kind of won it all. Orange CAF Confederation Cup, that is the sort of the second tier continental competition, shall we say, in Africa. So we won that Confederation Cup, Nedbank Cup, DSTV Premiership, Be the Coach Challenge, Orange CAF Super Cup, obviously much the same as any Super Cup in any other continent. We won that one as well, and the MTN 8, which is their FA Cup equivalent, I would assume is kind of like the highest regarded domestic cup competition. The following season, we were there for 3 years because obviously season 1 we weren't good enough to qualify for the CAF Champions League, so we needed to win the league to do so. So we did that in our 2nd season there, and as you can see, the 3rd season, Manager of the Year again, and Manager of the Month 7 times, which is absolutely ludicrous. And that year we won the CAF Super Cup again, the MTN 8, the Orange CAF Champions League, which is obviously the big one that we were there for, the DSTV Premiership, and the Be the Coach Challenge. The Be the Coach Challenge is really weird. It's just the KAIZER Chiefs versus the Orlando Pirates. Just a bit weird. So we go over to the KAIZER Chiefs then. So we initially took over in 2026, 2027. So let's have a look at their overview. It's because I've cancelled the league data, isn't it? Obviously, with this Pentagon challenge, guys, I will say having some of the leagues loaded into the game really does slow it down, especially when you are 15 years into the future like I am right now. So unfortunately, we cannot see their league history. That is really frustrating. But as you can see, though, guys, they've won the CAF Champions League quite a few times. When was I there until? They've won it after I've left, which is fantastic, actually seeing their success. So we left when? 2028, 2029. So let's have a look at their history. So since then, So we won it in 2028, 2029. So that is the 2029 Orange CAF Champions League. They won it the following year as well, which is fantastic to see that this is the first team that I've actually was in charge of that have actually gone on to do better things. So they won it in 2030, they won it in 2034. Very good progression from the Kaizer Chiefs there. In terms of the DStv Premiership, obviously we won it in 2028, we won it in 2029. They've won it, what is that, 2 out of the next 4 years. So again, very successful, still at that elite level up in South Africa. The Nedbank isn't as big a trophy really. The MTN8 is probably the next one. So they've not had any success in that domestic cup competition since we were there. And obviously the Orange CAF Confederation Super Cup, I assume this is? Confederation Cup, yeah. Is just the one win after that in 2033. So records, most league appearances by a player. Dr. Camalo currently holds the record for most KAIZER League appearances with a total of 403. McCosley Miller has 293 outings, so he's a little bit of a ways away, but this is a player, we did have Miller in the team whilst we were present at Kaizer Chiefs, and I'd like to say, even though he's 31 now, he probably had his best spell at the club whilst I was there. As you can see, these are the 3 seasons that he was in the team with me. 19 goals in 22, 26 in 27, and then 26 in 21. He was prolific. He's a very good striker, Miller. Obviously newly generated, came through the Sundowns, and we managed to pick him up, and he was a very good player for us. Actually, no, we didn't manage to pick him up. He was already at the club. He's got his 1 cap for South Africa, and I'm quite intrigued actually to see the South African squad, because I'd like to think that he would be able to lead the line for them. In terms of, let's see if I can see any of this stuff. Managers, yes I can. Right, let's hide the caretakers. They've only had 1 manager after me previously in the save though. Not so good. So they'd sacked every manager prior to me, which is, you know, to be expected. So Gavin Hunt had 50% win ratio. Conti, this guy 28%. Skibby, this is how I'm going to say that name, 41%. 36 for this guy, 47 there. 45, and then Big Dog steps up with a 96% win ratio. Oh man, as you can see, 2 league wins, 9 cup wins. We won the DStv Premiership and we won the Champions League whilst we were there. As you can see though, 131 games played, 127 games won, 1 draw, 3 losses in my time there. Yeah. Following that, obviously we resigned from the role and moved on. We moved on to North America. Ian Taylor took over after. He's done very well. 15 wins, 1 loss, 93% win ratio, won the Super Cup and the Champions League. So fair play to him in his time there. He was still very, very good whilst he was there. Can I get, I can't remember where people were telling me this was. Records best 11. This is where someone pointed out that I can do it by season, so thank you. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but thank you. I do appreciate that. So this was when we took over. Mark Anderson. This is a goalkeeper that we had. He was absolutely class, and wanted to leave us to go to the Cape Town Spurs. So more for him. He missed out on a lot of trophies, that guy. Some big names for me to pull out here. Johannes was very good for us. He's still going at age 35. Wow. Fair play to him, still playing football. Not as good as he once was for me, I wouldn't have thought. Sifama was a very big player. Kaliso Sifama, he was very, very good for us as well. He's still going age 33. Sibizi, new gem, he's doing all right over there. He's now in, where is this? Where? Saudi. Okay, fair play to him, still playing football. He's 29. Obviously with Miller we've looked at, and Coulton, let's have a look at him. He's now at Manchester United, so he's actually travelled very, very nicely. Now valued at 60 million playing at Manchester United. Not really lots of substitute appearances, but he is electric in terms of his pace, so could definitely offer something. So the following season, we added some players, obviously. This is one that I really want to bring your attention to, Tommy Badboy. This guy is the man who scored the winning goal in that CAF Champions League final. Tommy Badboy, what a player. He now finds himself, I don't even know where this is. it is South Africa. He's still based in South Africa, having left the KAIZER Chiefs in 2034. Fair play to him. And Dewey was very, very good for us. He scored a decent amount of goals. He's still going as well. It looks like none of these guys are back at the level that they were when we were in charge there. And then my final season, we did change things around. Alex Palmer, Englishman, who we brought in to the KAIZER Chiefs. And as you can see over on the right-hand side, 46 appearances for the KAIZER Chiefs, only conceded 18 goals. This guy, whilst you'd look at him in English football and you'd be like, you're not good enough, he was exceptional. Absolutely exceptional for us. Just can't speak highly enough of Alex Palmer. Obviously, Johannes Nathani was very, very good as well. Another new gen Stade Reims over in France. What else have we got? Anyone else? Fally was another one that we brought in. Sibazo Fally, another good mover of the ball. He's currently still playing for the Black Leopards in South Africa. As you can see, some of these guys don't really go on to do better things, which is a shame. Let's have a look at Burton. Fally Burton, again, not really doing the business. After that, Coulton and Doom Miller we've already seen. The guy who I want to, when did I have him on loan? It was Tammy Abrahams. He's at Schalke. This guy we had him on loan from AC Milan, and he was all right actually, to be fair, costing us a pretty penny in wages because obviously he'd already moved from South Africa over to Italy. 112 caps for South Africa, so as you can see, pretty intense. How many of our boys get in to the overall 11? Quite a few of them, as you can see. Anderson, Nathani, I don't know who this dude is. Bad Boy's obviously in there, don't know who this guy is. Dorito, Sifama, obviously, Cotlongandu, Sibisi, and obviously the main dog Miller up top. 140 goals in 217 appearances for him. Very, very impressive, to say the least. In terms of everything though, guys, they've not really, they've probably been the best team that has happened since we were there. Obviously, look at our stadium over in South Africa, man. It's absolutely ginormous. As you can see, South African region, this listed as Southern Africa, sorry. 3-star reputation, professional. I will say, I mentioned this comment before. I loved managing in South Africa, and I just wish that for FM22, SI could bring in some different leagues within Africa. I think I'd like to see Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, that sort of thing. Just a couple more options, just in case anyone were to do a Pentagon challenge. I wouldn't want to be completely restricted to just South Africa again. Fantastic club, KAIZER Chiefs, fantastic kits as well. And we're up there with one of the most successful managers in their history, which is really, really nice to see. As I said, amazing club. And it looks like they've been pretty successful since I left. But that is where we are going to leave things for this little recap episode. As I said, time at the KAIZER Chiefs was very, very good. We've got Inter Miami and Shanghai Shenhua left to do. I know these videos aren't doing as well, but I'm really loving looking down memory lane and sort of taking a look at some of these clubs. It's definitely getting into much more recent time periods. So I do really appreciate you guys who are here checking out the videos and sort of recapping. As I ask every episode of this, do let me know down in the comments if this was the time that you joined the channel. I'll be very interested to know. Obviously, I know we've grown a lot over the past couple of months, and I'd love to see when you guys actually did join the channel and if you are watching the Pentagon Challenge series. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you on another video very, very soon.